Hey guys! So, it's me, Rae Rahji, and I wanted to make this video in honor of someone who means a lot to me. And you know, we all have those people who have touched our lives in major ways, whether it be a family member or a celebrity or just someone you admire at work or at church. We all have that someone who has been instrumental in who we are as people. And I figured I should give you guys a glimpse of who I am and why, the reason behind why I am the person I am today. So, and today is the perfect day to do this in her remembrance because today marks the second year of her passing. 2 years ago, we lost an amazing, remarkable woman. I'm going to try my best to keep my composure as I talk about this woman. And this woman is none other than the amazing, iconic, legendary Della Reese. Della Reese, and some people may know her from movies like Harlem Nights. Eddie Murphy shoots off her toe in the movie, so she's iconic for that role. Some may know her as Tess from Touched by an Angel, which is how I was introduced to her. And some may know her from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Beauty Shop with Queen Latifah, and so on and so forth. She has an amazing resume. Google her, okay? But I discovered her as a little boy. I fell in love with the show Touched by an Angel, and she was the reason why I fell in love with her. And I think it's because she reminded me of my grandmother. She looked like my grandmother. She had long, thick hair like my grandmother, and she was light-skinned like my grandmother. And my grandmother is someone I really admire and love to this day, and she's still a rock for our family. And I think that's where I gained my love for Della Reese. But as a little boy, I fell in love with her, and I remember watching her on television and being in such awe of her talent, in awe of the person she was. She was such a loving person. I just seen an interview where her co-star, Roma Downey from Touched by an Angel, recalled a time where whenever Della was coming on set, you had to stop what you were doing because she was going to give everyone a hug. She was that kind of person, and Roma Downey is the reason why I was able to sit back and reflect and realize how important of a role Della Reese played in my life. So they were co-stars, and you can go back and watch an interview that Roma gives talking about Della and their relationship. But when Roma was young, Roma is a white woman from Ireland, and when she met Della, she didn't have a mom. She lost her mom when she was really young, and from day one on set, Della took her in her arms, and Roma actually became Della's daughter. And if you hear later interviews of Roma talking about Della, she always refers to her as her mom, and they remained really close up until the day that Della died 2 years ago. So hearing her reflect on her relationship with Della made me realize that, wow, the essence of this woman lives within me. And I don't mean to sound deep. I really don't mean to be deep, but I became really emotional thinking about it. Going back and remembering as a little boy being taught by this woman on television. And I remember falling in love with her voice because she was an amazing singer. She has the most beautiful voice that I ever heard. And I'm always mesmerized by it. I listen to her constantly. So that's a little known fact about me. But I realized that I am the person that I am today because I had someone like Della Reese to mimic, to follow, to study, to learn from. And I read her autobiography called Angels Along the Way. And she's the reason why I decided to name my ministry, my life work, my vision, my passion, a God thing. Because she referred to everything that good that cannot be explained, she referred to it as a God thing. And that is the inspiration behind my ministry, a God thing. But she played a great deal in grooming my heart, grooming my mind, grooming my spirituality. She played a big part in that, even as a young boy, because I was in elementary school. When I was in awe of this woman, and I remember having to always find a movie that she was in or a show that she was a part of. I remember that. And it was such, I remember watching her, I would just escape to a place within myself where there was nothing but love. There was nothing but the presence of God. There was nothing but serenity, euphoria. It was a very euphoric feeling, and I remember drawing her and being just in a trance whenever I would see her. And recently, I felt it necessary to honor her, to acknowledge her life, to acknowledge her legacy. This woman was remarkable. She was the first African-American woman to have her own syndicated talk show ever. Before Oprah, it was Della Reese. And I love giving that back because I feel like sometimes this generation don't really know how legendary and how iconic this woman is. Tyler Perry named a studio after this woman. She's I can't even and I'm glad that I'm not crying. I'm glad that I can think about her and be happy. But I'm gonna just leave with this thought, or this story, or something, whatever you want to call it. But I remember when, right before she died, I was in my car driving, and I don't know if I was listening to her or what, but she was in my spirit really heavy, and I heard the spirit say, "Pray for Della." So I remember it so vividly because I was at a red light and it was turning green. But I just prayed. I asked God to make her transition easy. I said, Lord, I know that she's very ill, And I know that you're about to take her home. But in that transition, I pray that it's peaceful. I pray that she's surrounded by love. And I pray that she finds everlasting joy. And I remember a few days after that prayer, I was scrolling Twitter, and I see someone post, "Rest in peace, Della Reese." And my heart stopped. I had such a emotional, spiritual connection to this woman that it affected me physically when I found out that she died. And I remember I started to cry. But then I started to think about how amazing and how rich her life was. And shortly after, I purchased her autobiography, Angels Along the Way, and I was able to read about her life. And to this day, I will say that I don't think that I know of a spirit as grand, as loving, as pure, as vibrant, as special as that of Della Reese. So I said this video wouldn't be long. I just wanted to shed light on an amazing woman. I think that there's a lot that's owed to her, and I'm willing to shed light on her name. She's done a remarkable thing for me. She showed me how to love myself. She showed me how to be honest. She made me understand that the truth will definitely set you free. She taught me to go after that thing that I dreamed of. She taught me to tap into that spirit within. She taught me how to have a relationship with God and how to see him in a totally different way. Every day I feel her, and I think that now that I have realized her impact on my life, I'm able to walk a little better, walk a little lighter. I think that now I can finally be at peace with who Rae Rahji is, and I owe that to her, and I thank her for that. So in loving memory of the incomparable Della Reese, I give her this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this video encourages you to go and do some research on Della. I pray that you guys go and watch her live performances, watch any of her sermons, watch Touched by an Angel. Oh my God. Listen, for Christmas, I want the entire series collection of Touched by an Angel, okay? That's just out there. So if you feel generous and you really actually love me, you can get me the collection. But thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and until next time, this is Color TV.